what's up everybody? I'm Jason Fury from BackerKit. We're here at Gen Con 2019. Joining me is Tom Vasel from the Dice Tower. How's your pre-Gen Con going? It's a calm before the storm.
Well, if this is the calm before the storm, I'm a little worried about the storm because it's been pretty busy. There's a lot of stuff to do, and sometimes the easiest time to get things done is before these 60,000 plus people show up.
Sure. I'm sure a lot of people watching know who you are and have seen the Dice Tower, but for those that maybe need a little bit more information, explain the Dice Tower Network and what that's all
Sure,
about.
and I assume most people don't. I'm Tom Vasel. I run the Dice Tower, which is a podcast and video game show about board games. We try to review every game that exists. We do not succeed because there's too many, but we do review a lot of them. And we play games live, we have podcasts, there's really a ton of information. And we fill it with our uninformed opinions. But so if you want to learn more about board games and the people who play them, check us out, dicetower.com.
Excellent. Starting in 2013, Season 9, you started kickstarting some annual events for the Dice Tower Network.
I did.
Can you maybe explain what the seasons are to those watching? Like, what's a Dice Tower season on Kickstarter?
A season is basically a term I use to make it sound better when we kickstart.
When you kickstart something, right.
I've never really been a big fan of seasons anyway. Like in the Dice Tower podcast, which is now, we just posted episode 617. We're still in season 1.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if we'll ever get to season 2, but no, for that it's years.
Yeah, it frames it well on Kickstarter.
January. And it's just seasons because that sounds better than year 2019. Season 17 sounds better.
Sure, yeah, it frames it. And so the last one was season 15, and you raised over 300K, had over 7,000 backers support you on that. So maybe explain to people how you like to build community around your Kickstarter campaign and how you engage them while the campaign's going on.
Sure. Well, my thing is you need to engage people way before the campaign.
Right.
See, yes, we engage people during the campaign, but I want people to back us because they like the Dice Tower. So that needs to be done 12 months out of the year, not just during the Kickstarter itself. And I know that nowadays there's a big push to, people preview their Kickstarters. We do that, but I want people to say, oh, that's a Dice Tower. I don't need to know more about what's on the Kickstarter. I'm already going to back them because I like them. Or, for some people, I already hate these guys, so therefore I don't even see anymore.
Right. So
at least you know.
So it's safe to say that you're bringing all the backers to the party, and you're not getting a lot of new traffic. It's more bringing people that.
That's true, and that makes us different than a lot of people. Because once we start a Kickstarter, I'll get emails from I call them the vultures. They show up, they're like, hey, I see you're running a Kickstarter. Do you want to? We'll get you on 250,000 different emails. Like, nah, that's not really what our thing.
Yeah. You got the audience, and you just want to.
I'm not even sure that's worth it for board gaming, but I don't know. Maybe it does.
So I've known you've been around. You've been doing the Dice Tower Network before Kickstarter even existed. Years before Kickstarter existed. So you've seen it all. You've been through the trenches of this. What did Kickstarter bring to the game? What do you see that's different now that Kickstarter's a thing and a lot of people are crowdfunding their games?
Kickstarter did a lot of things. I mean, we could spend a lot of time about this. The biggest things that I've seen that it's happened is basically it makes it so anybody can make a game. Anybody could make a game in the past, but you had to mortgage your house.
Right.
Now you're asking other people to just give $100 of their own money, and everyone collectively is mortgaging a house, and then we can build the board game. So that makes it a lot easier for people to get into it. It's it makes the user, the player, it makes them the purveyor of what goes on. I am now choosing which games get published or not by myself, but collectively we're choosing. So it allows things that might never get published to become published because a group of people did, or something that might have been a slam dunk, and now people look at it and go, oh my goodness, no, and then it doesn't get published.
Yeah.
It also is effectively, currently, and I don't know how this is going to work in the long run, it's cutting out the middleman. From game stores to distributors, it's coming straight from me to you. Now, of course, middlemen are still being built, there's still fulfillment centers and things like that, but it's a very different chain of supply, and this is definitely affecting society. I just don't know what the long-term ramifications are going to be. I'm sure we'll still have local game stores and distributors, but they're definitely being affected by Kickstarter.
Right, and I assume if you're pitching a game that has like really detailed miniatures or a lot of components, it's hard to pitch that and go straight to retail. Crowdfunding is probably a good spot to like do something that you don't want to take a risk on and like
Sure,
pitch it.
but I think retail now is willing to take more risks on these because of Kickstarter.
Because it's been around for a decade now, so now
They're also saying, hey, if you don't do this to me, you're going to do it through Kickstarter. I think we'll figure out a way to get it.
We'll make it work.
And then,
Yeah,
and then the
interesting.
publisher will say, but we're also going to Kickstart it.
Right.
So
they do both, yeah.
Most publishers are Kickstarting these days anyway.
Okay, and let's see here. For your last season, you did season 15, like we mentioned. You used BackerKit as your pledge manager, and you don't have to talk about BackerKit specifically, but what are the advantages of having a pledge manager after a Kickstarter campaign?
I had several sick children, but they are now healed because of BackerKit.
There it is.
Was that what you? No. The BackerKit was really handy for us, right? It helps you continue to run the Kickstarter campaign afterwards, but you don't have to, and you can work on other stuff and get that done. We're just close to fulfillment as of me recording this, and I haven't been handling all the details, which Kenny has been, but we just, it's so handy. When I'll be honest, when I first was approached, the very first 3 years of the Kickstarter, I did everything myself.
Right.
I used Excel spreadsheets, I imported the documents, I wrote it all by hand, and I wanted to stab myself with a knife each time. The third year, I said to my employees, you're going to help me with this, and then everyone was collectively stabbing with knives. So I said, all right, we'll try a pledge, fulfillment type thing, but I don't know if it's worth it.
Right.
I'll never go back.
Right.
Totally worth it.
So now it's like an integral part.
Totally worth it.
Right, and you have a big team. It's not just you there. The Dice Tower Network, so there's a lot of teammates there.
Big team. I got 5 employees. It's not a huge thing, but
what's the team dynamic like when you're using like BackerKit? Does it help? Can you like teach them the software easily, and just kind of like does it make the operations a lot smoother?
The best thing we learned about BackerKit was that when we had a problem, this is from the 3 people who were using it.
Right.
BackerKit answered the problem, but taught us what to do, so we didn't have to ask that question again.
Right.
Now we know how to fix in the future,
right.
And that's more useful to me than you going on the back end and fixing something.
Teaching someone how to fish, I guess.
I agree, and I was kidding about the sick kids, but I'm not kidding about BackerKit. I use them again easily.
Excellent.
Easily. And not just because of this interview.
Right. And
some free money they offer me. There's no money.
It's a big bag. It's under here. Yeah. So something I really appreciate about the Dice Tower is you're very family-centric. You like to support games that are like fun for the whole family. You've played probably 1 billion games at this point, 1,000,001. If I'm a parent, a new parent, and my kids, I want to start playing games, I want to get into board games, I want to unplug from my phone and my computer and like spend a night with my family. What are some good like gateway games that I can play with my kid to show people the value?
There's so many.
Yeah.
At any given point, my answer is going to change because it depends what's out there. Right. Like I could always say Ticket to Ride and Catan, but like right now, Point Salad's a really easy game to jump into. There's cooperative games. There's one here called Horrified. Mm-hmm. It's a really fun game in which you are fighting against the Universal Studio monsters like Frankenstein and Dracula, but you're doing it cooperatively. I played that with my kids. It was a blast.
Oh, that's got some great like cover art too. I remember seeing the box for that.
It's really fantastic.
It's very approachable.
So that's my pick for right now. But see, these picks change all the time, and you should watch DiceTower.com. We constantly make new top 10 lists.
Excellent. Well, that's a good segue to say thanks for spending time with BackerKit during your busy Gen Con season, and I look forward to seeing what's next. Is there anything that came out of the Kickstarter campaign? Because you had a lot of stretch goals for, and you did really cool incentives. So anything people can look forward to on the
Sure, we're going to be doing a 24-hour gaming marathon in November. That's still a while away, but I'm already planning it now. We got some ideas, so we'll see how that works.
Excellent. All right, you're watching BackerKit at Gen Con. Thanks, y'all.